Hey everybody, welcome to Reading Hour. Hey everybody, this is Rich Fontaine. Another episode of Daily Motivation, 365 days of doing the same thing consistently to become masters at our crafts. And being consistent, because success comes with consistency. And as you can see, we're on episode 103. I pat myself on the back because of the consistency of doing it, and I hope I inspire you to be more consistent in your own life. And if you don't know who I am the author of The Nerd Who Saved the Universe, a book about self-esteem for kids, and Destiny on Purpose, How to Get What You Truly Want Out of Life. My favorite book, and of course my new book, Write to Grow Rich, where I teach you how to write to grow rich. Excellent. And so today's topic of daily motivation that I want to bring to you today is something that I do in my own life, and it's helped me out tremendously. I mean, there's no words that can express how much this has shifted my paradigm, which has shifted my mindset and my belief system, well, ultimately shifted who I was and who I am, which shifted my life circumstances. And even when things are going wrong and things do not seem like they are coming about in a positive way, I always feel good because of these shifts that happen in my life. Now, it's how to see things from a higher vantage point. I know sometimes life hits us hard. Like let's say it hits you from the blind side. It hits you hard. It comes out of nowhere. And it's your vantage point, how you see things, that ultimately determines how you're going to react to them, which ultimately determines your life circumstances. Because we all go through trials and tribulations. The only difference between people that are successful is they know how to handle those adversities and those obstacles. And those who lack that sense of success are those who have not found how to deal with situations, bad news, things not working out the way you want them to do, emergencies, things happening in your own family, in your own health. How do you handle those things? You handle them by looking from a higher vantage point. You know, they said an eagle. If an eagle's in top flight, hey Marilyn, how's it going? Thank you for the love. If you see an eagle in top flight, and if it's looking at any other bird, it has to be another eagle. Miles Monroe taught me this, that if an eagle is in top flight and sees another bird, it has to be another eagle. Why? Because eagles are the only ones that can fly in that altitude. Eagles are the only ones that can fly at a certain altitude. Every other bird, as you go lower down to the chicken, that's where you see where the mindset is. So when they see things from a higher vantage point, they can capture any animal that they want. That you never see an eagle talking about they're starving. I've never seen a skinny eagle. Why? Because they get everything that they want. How? Because they can see everything higher than anyone else. So when you're going through your life circumstances, it's how you see it that determines how you react to it, which will determine how your life circumstances shall be. Some of us see things as in a lower vantage point. It's too big for me. The obstacles are insurmountable. This is going to be way too tough. I'm fearful. I'm scared. I'm frustrated. I don't know what's going to happen, because you're looking at everything at a lower vantage point. But as you increase and raise your awareness, you start to see things from a higher vantage point. And then as things start to become more clear in perspective. How do I know this? Rich, how do you know this? It's from things that I learned in my own life. And I learned that your soul, the entity of who you are, your spirit, is always for expansion, never disintegration. Bob Proctor taught me this. Your soul, the essence of who you are, is always for expansion. It's always growing. That means your soul's concern is more concerned about expanding what it is than your human vantage point. What you want and you desire as a human is less important than your evolution as a soul. So things may happen in your life that may seem tough, bogged down, even negative, but from your soul's perspective, from a higher vantage point, your soul's perspective, it's unfolding perfectly. Because when you hit adversity, you grow from it. You grow from it. Your soul's always expanding through adversity. Your soul always wants to expand. And your mind always wants to learn. Your mind's never into not learning. Even you may not want to learn. You're always soaking in information. It may not be useful information, but you're always taking in information, no matter what it is. So your brain's always trying to expand and learn. So life adversities happen to us for us to learn something. There's always a seed of intelligence in anything that happens. Anything that happens, either good or bad, there's always a seed of intelligence. So your mind wants to learn this. Mentally, you want to learn this. So you may even put yourself in a bind, in something terrible or something rough for you to learn something. Sometimes the toughest times help us learn more about ourselves. You know, it was Les Brown who's taught me that adversity introduces a man or woman to himself or herself. Adversity introduces a man to a woman or a woman to him or herself. So adversities, you're learning through your adversities. Every time when you were a child, when you fell down, all it did is teach you how to get back up and walk again. And your mom never told you, hey, when are you going to stop walking? When are you going to stop trying? No, because she understands that mentally you need this. You need to fall back down so you can learn to get back up. Fall down, learn to get back up. And eventually you're learning how to walk. I remember the first time I rode a bike, I fell, I scraped my knee and I was crying. And I told my dad, I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't want to learn how to ride a bike anymore. And he said, what do you mean? You've been hounding me for the last couple of months. Dad, I want to learn how to ride a bike. Dad, I want to learn how to ride a bike. Dad, I want to learn how to ride a bike. Oh, sorry, I lost connection a little bit. Father, you learned how to ride a bike and now you want to quit? No, don't scrape your knee. Put a Band-Aid on and get back up and ride. And every time I fell, I learned something. I learned a little bit mentally, okay, how to balance better, how to pick up speed, now I can do tricks on bikes. Because mentally you're learning. So your highest vantage point is, okay, this may not be good for me right now. I may not feel good about this, but I'm learning something. And my soul is expanding through it. And lastly, physically, your body needs pain. Imagine when you do yoga and you're stretching, right? It hurts. I mean, you're holding you put your leg over your head and you're bent over for like a good 10 minutes and you're like, oh my God, this hurts so bad. But your body needs that pain. Why? Because whenever you stretch, you are pulling the elastic and you're making your body looser. You're making your body more vitality. Even when you lift weights, when I put weight and pressure and pain on my muscles, what does that do? That starts increasing my strength. So your body wants to increase its strength. Even people say when you you inject yourself with the flu. Why? Because your body builds immune systems to the flu. So your body needs pain. Your body needs adversity. Your soul needs pain. Your soul needs adversity. Your mind needs pain. It needs challenges. It needs adversity for it to grow and expand. And you, who you really are, not who you think you are, but who you really are, wants to grow and expand, wants to be bigger than itself, wants to be omnipotent. Because that's your goal, is to grow to that level of omnipotency. But that takes pain, that takes adversity, that takes struggle. It takes those things. But what it does, it makes your soul expand. You become bigger. Your awareness, who you are, becomes bigger than who you are right now. Your mind learns. You become smarter than you were. Remember when you're in school, in elementary school, and then you're like trying to do addition? You're like, oh, "Oh, I can't stand this addition. I can't stand this math." But you need the math now to do your accounts in your bank account, right? Or you would never learn multiplication until you got smarter in math and subtraction. You didn't know division until you got smarter in subtraction. So your mind needs to break down. Your mind needs that struggle. Your mind needs that push to get smarter. Your soul needs to expand. And your body needs to be stronger. So when you're going through a pain, look through it from a higher vantage point. That's how I see my things. When I'm going through pain spiritually, I said, you know what? My soul's expanding. This is good for me. It's a higher vantage point. When things are struggling mentally, I'm like, you know, I'm getting smarter. I'm growing mentally. And when things are hurting me physically, I'm saying, good. I'm getting stronger physically. Again, this is Rich Fontaine. Either you could agree with me or not agree with me. But either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. This adversity that we're going through right now has the seed of some great things, but only if we could see it like the eagle. And most likely, only eagles could see it. And if you're around somebody else that can see it, most likely they're an eagle too. Because again, when an eagle's in top flight, it's only with another eagle. Everybody else looks at everything else at a lower place. Love is love. I appreciate all of you. Jazz, thank you for the love. Marilyn, thank you for the love. And again, if you have a chance to watch this, if I didn't shout you out, it's because I can't see you. So please like, please comment, please share. Because I know this is the time that people need to understand that pain leads to progress. Pain leads to progress. I love all of you. Thank you for taking your time to watch this. Namaste.